but you must look after your own. When you've got a home, and we have a homeless crisis in this state, right? It's coming up. Basil Zempos has been talking about it quite a lot, and that's certainly a hot topic in and they're trying to diminish it in state parliament, as you can imagine. Right?
But it was their decision.
Yeah, I know. They've created this problem. So, okay, how about we house and look after the people who right now don't have anywhere to stay, don't have a roof over their heads? No, you know what we'll do instead? We'll just keep incentivizing and financially incentivizing at that, people to come into this country and take those spots. And then, of course, they're saying, it's good for the building industry. No, it really isn't, because the houses they're building are absolute dog boxes. Edge Radio Australia, good afternoon, and welcome, of course, to The Greater Wealth. We do this every week where we kick back and we talk about the great way that we we do the big mix between politics and, of course, the world of finance. I've got Derek to my left. Great to have you here, my friend.
Great to be here.
Mate, you've got a lot of info going on there. Travis just ran off. I don't know, he was somehow
left the booth monitors on.
No, I did it on purpose, but there you go. Maybe if we talk about it.
Trevor.
We need to communicate more clearly. Look at us. All right, I'm really excited to jump into the show today because we've got a lot to cover.
Yeah.
And we've just done another show, which I don't want to talk about half things we've just talked about. But I think let's just jump into. Let's talk about. Should we talk about when Tucker went to the grocery store?
Well, if you've noticed in your grocery cart,
a tuck shop.
Oh,
that's very good. I'll pay that. It's a dad joke, but I'll pay it.
Yeah, exactly.
It was clever. It was witty.
One of his best.
Absolutely, it was one of his best. So yeah, Tucker went to the tuck shop. If you thought you've been paying a lot for your groceries lately, well, have a look at what they're paying in Russia. He made some amazing revelations after the whole interview with,
he had the interview with Putin. Okay, I would use the word.
That's kind of a big deal.
It's a very, very big deal,
especially when the opponents are going, "Don't talk to him.
No. You don't want to hear other people's opinions. No. So just hear the company line.
I love the relationship between going from political to economic. Right?
Yeah.
Investigation, all of the one trip. Now that's a good way to maximize your spend going to all that travel.
Damn straight. And I'll give Tucker some massive credit here. The reality is, right? Okay. This is affecting us every day, okay? Going and buying food, groceries for our family, right? It's a big deal. And when Tucker was able to go, because, it's very easy for the propaganda machine of the media and obviously the government here and in the West, we'll call it, in the US and Australia, to pretend that, things aren't really going up, just our imagination, and it's no big deal. And how bad Russia is. And, of course, everyone's going to attack me and go, he's pro-Russia. You know what?
Not with a shirt like that.
I'm pro-people, okay? People. I don't care about your ideology. I care about, sometimes I do.
I think what the essence of it is what you're hearing is different from what the media is saying.
Spot on. Exactly right.
How dare you get your own opinion?
I know. Crazy using your own opinion, right?
Let's take a look at it, eh?
Okay, let's do that.
So a long-standing feature, maybe the longest-standing feature of Cold War propaganda in the West was the Soviet grocery store. No products, no choices, shoddily made things. And it wasn't actually propaganda, it was real. And you can look up the pictures on the internet if you want. So we thought it would be interesting to take a look at a contemporary, modern day, 2024 Russian grocery store 2 years into sanctions. Here we go. All right, here we go. So I guess you put in 10 rubles here and you get it back when you put the cart back. So it's free, but there's an incentive to return it and not just bring it to your homeless encampment. Okay, this is the grocery cart escalator. This is designed, I'm figuring this out now, where the wheels don't move, they lock on the grocery cart escalator. Look, Ma, no hands. Retail placement here is a little bit different. So it's like walking through Macy's to get to Whole Foods. Okay, we've gotten through the perfume section to get to the grocery store. So we're gonna try and buy what a family of four would buy every week, and we're gonna see what the selection is, and we're gonna see what it costs. Now, Russia is famous for its bread, which is one thing I can assess pretty well. The low-carb lifestyle has not swept Russia. Thank heaven, because I mean, look at that. It's fresh, too. Look at that. Oh, come on. Unicorn and mini mills. All right. Some kind of Russian wheat cookies. Ooh, we need coffee, don't we? Yeah. I don't know if this is sugar or flour, to be honest with you, but it looks like a staple, so we should get it. It's a very good-looking package. It's got to be flour, right? And this is Russian wine. It's from Crimea, which not only has the warm water naval base, but also is the source of most of the grapes in this part of Russia for wine. So it's apparently pretty good. Cheese puffs. You check out of a grocery store and you've got gum, razor blades, and candy. Actually, they hide the razor blades because we steal them. But these are all seem to be Western products. Mars, Twix, Snickers, Milky Way, Bounty, Gillette, Paul's Cough Drops, Mentos. Looks pretty non-sanctioned to me, but what do I know? I went from amused to legitimately angry. So we were guessing what this would cost. Everybody hears from the United States, buys groceries, and we didn't pay any attention to costs as we were just putting in the cart what we would actually eat over a week. And we all came in around $400, about $400. It was $104 US here. And that's when you start to realize that ideology maybe doesn't matter as much as you thought, corruption. If you take people's standard of living and you tank it through filth and crime and inflation, and they literally can't buy the groceries they want, at that point, maybe it matters less what you say or whether you're a good person or a bad person. You're wrecking people's lives in their country, and that's what our leaders have done to us. And coming to a Russian grocery store, the heart of evil, and seeing what things cost and how people live, it will radicalize you against our leaders. That's how I feel anyway, radicalized. We're not making any of this up, by the way, at all.
Just in a bit of a fluff piece, okay? Okay, he's having a little bit of fun with it, all kind of thing. Sure. But in real world terms, this is what people care about, right? Mm-hmm. Okay, we talk about all sorts of things with, governments and coups and this and that and finances of a high level and crypto and all sorts of things, right? But ultimately, this is what it's all about, feeding your family and supporting and raising your family.
You've got a nation that's had sanctions internationally on it.
Doing it. Great job.
And look how it's self-sufficient in the way that it's able to keep its prices down in the manner in which it has.
And they're energy independent. Okay, this is important. Russia is energy independent.
And that's where, and I think you raise a great point there, if I may. And that's the whole thing, that was the excuse. That was the excuse that the West said, hey, we have to have inflation, right? Because the cost of transportation from A to B has gone up. What hasn't happened is those prices have come down, and the prices haven't deflated as far as what people are paying at the grocery store.
Hey, Taz.
Yeah, that I think is something that's really, really huge. And this is why I keep going on. We have to be more independent. Our supply chains are very vulnerable in Australia. We need to start supporting. Our best produce goes overseas.
It does.
As well.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Yeah, and we're not even just talking about seafood. The price of seafood in Australia is ridiculous.
Just go catch it yourself.
Well,
it's not that hard.
because we're sending all our best stuff overseas, and I can understand why the producers, the farmers, and the fishermen would do all that. I understand because it's business.
It's business.
It's business. But yeah, look, if government incentivized business to actually look after their own, we wouldn't have that sort of issue.
And I think what it highlights too is that if people can't pay for groceries, that you are going to see crime go up.
Of course you are.
Right?
Yep.
And I think that's why people go, well, why is economics so important? Why is finance so important?
Absolutely.
Because social constructs that flow on or break down if you don't have a thriving economy. That's why.
Yeah.
People have to have a job. They need to eat. They need to survive. They need a house.
They do.
And especially in the housing side of thing at the moment in Australia is terrible.
Mate, I can't get one. I can't get one.
Yes,
I cannot get a home.
So
right?
we had a home open yesterday.
Right.
Outside, Thursday just gone, outside of our place. Again, the street was blocked. We couldn't go anywhere. I actually had to put street cones out the front of my house so I could still use the driveway. But the house was on the market for $550 per week for rent. You got to remember, this is only like a $380,000 home. So from what I'm hearing, it's $625 a week is what it ended up going for.
Yeah.
And they capped out how many applications they were actually going to accept on the house. So
we have a right, okay, to have somewhere to rest our head, to somewhere to protect our families. We have a right to it. And while you have a government, and I'm going to keep harping on because I'll tell you right now, it's making me pretty angry. And it also makes me angry because I'm very much affected by this, right? Okay. Right now, we've got, the last 12 months, we had 61,500 new immigrants come into this state.
No.
Hang on.
Last month, Sorry, last 12 months was over 600,000.
Yeah. No, I'm talking about just WA alone, right? Yep. Okay. They've come in there. Okay. They can't build houses that fast. They're all building houses on spec.
They're not approving them.
Right? They're building these houses on spec anyway, and the immigrants are moving into it. Now, I'm not anti-immigration. I want to make that very, very clear because I wouldn't exist without immigration, right? So clearly, I'm positive about it. But you must look after your own. When you've got a home, and we have a homeless crisis in this state, right? It's coming up. Basil Zemplis has been talking about it quite a lot, and that's certainly a hot topic, and they're trying to diminish it in state parliament, as you can imagine, right?
But it was their decision.
Yeah, I know. They've created this problem. So, okay, how about we house and look after the people who right now don't have anywhere to stay, don't have a roof over their heads? No, you know what we'll do instead? We'll just keep incentivizing and financially incentivizing at that people to come into this country and take those spots. And then, of course, they're saying, it's good for the building industry. No, it really isn't, because the houses they're building are absolute dog boxes.
So there's a couple of things I need to just set clear on this one. So local council, Mark McGowan actually removed local council's right to approve or disapprove construction. It's now state government has 100% control over that. It still functions through the state government, but it's actually through the local council, but it's the state government that does all the approval process. So when people get upset about this building permit to get done or this and that, no, it's not the local council. So please don't get angry at them. Go call up your local member of parliament and blast the shit out of them, because they're the ones that are doing it. Okay.
WA Planning Commission. Wow. I tell you right now, and whatever it was, it is one of the most corrupt and it does not serve this purpose in any way, shape or form. It's a joke. I don't understand why we need one of those. And we've also got councils. We're not doubling up. We're tripling. We're quadrupling up. It's ridiculous.
All right. Good night, honey. So Celeste is just jumping off now. And see you, Estelle. So we've got a few other people coming here. So Damien said Aaron's is dead right. So yes, I'll just go and run through all the arguments again. The local council, the immigration is a federal thing. So the states have no control over that. So they just bring them in, yes or no. So that's now an easy thing. The reason, spot on. The reason you don't have a house, because obviously yours burnt down. The federal government have overloaded the state government, and the state government have no idea what they're doing. And then you have people like Mark McGowan that turn around and say, no, we'll be in charge of all the approvals for houses, and we're not doing improvement unless we want them in certain areas. And then NIMBYism gets involved into it. And they're, no, we're not approving in our area or this area, that area, because they're big donors for us. So we'll leave those areas alone. And they're only approving like way out in the sticks where there's no jobs.
The relationship between the West Australian state government, Mark McGowan, and the Satterley Group is disgusting. Absolutely disgusting. And like, who's going to investigate it? The state government?
Yeah, spot on. Like, it's a joke. It's an absolute joke. The only time it will get investigated is during a state election, which is coming up on, I think it's the 8th of March next year.
How is that? Yes.
Yeah, 8th of March next year.
8th of March, is that?
So,
okay, there you go.
So we've got a couple of comments here as well. Like, they're coming thick and thin. So keep them coming through. We'll talk about them. So Taz, let's see. Tony, he's working FIFO. Oh, sorry. There's a 2-part message. So the first part is back in the day when Tony could do FIFO alone and we could get a house.
Yep.
So she's not talking about building a house. It's just rental. But now Tony's got to do FIFO. Taz is also working. I do online surveys, collect cans for cash, and we're still only living week by week and surviving, unable to do deposit for a home loan.
Just
so wrong. Even though, so they've got a few kids at home. I'm not sure how much she wants me to tell. So stay at home, well, not stay at home. She's working, doing all these other little things on the outside. Tony does FIFO work. So straight away, FIFO, good coin.
Yeah.
So, and they can't even save enough for a house. No. Now, why is it so expensive? Because there's no bloody houses.
That's right. Supply and demand, right?
Anyway.
Okay. Yeah. Look, and this is the thing. Okay. When we grew up, I remember all my best friends in the world all grew up in, 3-bedroom, 1-bathroom houses, right?
Now we were lucky ours was a 4-bedroom, 2-bathroom.
Oh, fancy.
State housing house though.
There you go. Well, the point being is, okay, we had far more simple needs.
Yep.
Now everybody wants, a minimum 4x2. We want a theatre room. We want this. They want a brand new 4-drive or SUV thing out the front. All of that,
and they want to travel Europe by the time they're 19.
Absolutely,
they want a credit card. They want to put everything on finance. The thing is, the family dream of owning your own home is now reversed. So everyone wants to own the home. That's a dream, but they've got to do it similar to what we did, or find some other third source of income to be able to afford it. So instead of buying your family home first, putting a heap of money into that, getting it paid off, and then buying your investment properties, it's getting to the point where the family homes are too expensive. So what they've got to do, they've got to start buying some sort of investment that's going to give them a source of income, and then use that income, supplement it with their normal income to be able to afford and buy their own home. So
how many people are educated enough financially, right, to take that sort of path?
That's why we have Derek here with bluskyfactory.com.au. He has a wonderful course called the Building the Wealth Foundation. Is it 10-week or 20-week course?
20.
It's a 20-week course. It's once a week via Zoom, and he just breaks down all the finance into absolute basics. So I'm going to chuck the website.
Yeah, and you know what? There's probably another opportunity. This is not a sort of a this
infomercial.
It's not an infomercial. This is just purely and simply one guy. Two guys endorsing the fact that this is a big reason why you're here, mate. Like, because here at Edge, we're all about freedom. We want people to have, freedom of speech, freedom of movement, all those kind of things. Now, you can't do that. You cannot. I'm sorry, freedom ain't free. So you do need the financial guidance and the education to be able to build or put things together to actually have a way forward. And if you're running through life without a rudder on the boat, okay, you're going to run into the rocks, and that's why it's a big reason why you're here, because you are that rudder, my friend.
The trouble is that a lot of people are in survival mode.
Yep.
And you read that case a moment ago. That's the problem. When you're in survival mode, you can't think. You can't stop and think.
That's right.
And you need to, because it shapes how your behavior will be for the next 5, 10, 15 years.
Yep.
If you don't get off the carousel, you're not going to actually see how it's just going round and round all the time.
Getting worse and worse.
Yeah, it's just going faster and faster and faster. And you're getting dizzier and dizzier and dizzier on it.
Very much so.
And that's going to make you sick if you don't actually stop and figure it out. So that's what we try to do, is just hang on, let's slow. Why are you actually doing what you're doing? What is it that you really want to do with your life, that you should be doing with your life? What were you designed and created for? And then go from there and teach you, all right, at the same time, this is how this game is played. These are the two different economies that go on. Which space do you want to play in?
Yeah.
One's better than the other. Your choice.
And once you get that education, you very quickly decide which one you want to be part of.
Yeah.
But it also teaches you how to get out of that system.
Well,
and so then you can be responsible for yourself, for your own family, and effectively you tell the government to go fuck themselves.
Yeah.
I warn you, if you do this course and these courses, you'll be ruined for life. You cannot look at life the same way. I'm just going to be upfront with that. So if you're happy with the way your existence is, fantastic.
Keep going with the blue pill.
Don't do my course. But if you want to change,
did you like that one, Derek?
Yeah, it is like that, isn't it?